Mike Tomlin beat a Tom Brady offense on Sunday with loose change and misfit toys. Let that sink in for a second. I've been on Coach Tomlin's. I've been on a bender this season with laying a lot of the blame of what has gone wrong with the 2022 Steelers. I've been laying a lot of the blame at his feet, and I believe that's justified. This team, to me, is uber talented. I love the construction of the roster. I think it's a group of guys that you can win football games with, and they haven't been doing that. And there is blame to go around the entire building for sure. But I've placed a lot of the blame at Mike Tomlin's feet because I can see solutions that only he can implement. And he had yet to, in my best estimation, had yet to implement any sort of real progress. But the game on Sunday reminded me something about Coach T. Just like I say about the players all the time, that they got to the place that they are for a reason, don't forget, so did Coach Tomlin. One of my big problems with him this year has been complacency. I've always known that he's super talented as far as scheming defenses, particularly in the secondary. And I think a lot of my issue with him is I've seen him bring in high-end talent and use said high-end talent in a way where he doesn't have to be as creative with his scheme or his disguises, or it's really easy to run a cover one robber over and over and over again when you have your robber as the best safety in football and a really instinctual player, and you're causing havoc up front with a generational talent like TJ Watt. But what happens when those pieces are removed? Uh-oh. you can't just run that same scheme and have the desired effects because you don't have top tier talent in there. So Sunday, this was the case. We didn't have top tier talent in the game, and in that, it showed a little bit of what Mike Tomlin brings to the table. One of the most overlooked qualities of him, and I was really happy to see it because I've never been on the fire Coach Mike Tomlin bandwagon. First of all, the minute that you do it, another team is snatching him up immediately because there are so many teams out there that would kill for what we have, the stability, what we have here. And I've been down on Tomlin for sure because I think he's gotten comfortable in his role. I think he's gotten too much power. I don't think there's enough pressure on him to display day in and day out what got him to that level. Nobody will ever argue successfully that Mike Tomlin is not a charismatic leader of men, because that's what he is. But people think that is the sole reason that he got the job, and he's not an X's and O's guy. Let me stop you right there. He is an X's and O's guy. It's just on the defensive side of the ball. I've always argued that Mike Tomlin does need a strong coordinator group. Look at what he did when he had, Bruce Arians, even Todd Haley. Like, those teams were really good. And I don't know. I think with what I saw Sunday, it was a step in the right direction. And I don't know how many of these good vibes, these good feelings are we going to have throughout the week with the Steelers this year, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a great season overall. So I'll take any bit of positivity where I can get it, you know? Um, don't forget